like to call our next speaker, Harish Etcher. He's graduated from College of Horticulture, Moodgere, and he was interested. He had so many opportunities to get into state sector, state government actually. But even though he was interested in some other things, so he explored for different opportunities. So now he's working as an entrepreneur at Dubai. So he will be more talking about the job career development opportunities at Dubai, and little more things about opportunities at UAE. So I would like to request Harish to share your presentations, and before that I'll request Suhana to introduce Harish to the forum.
Yes, sir. A very warm and pleasant afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense warmth and great pleasure to grace all of you present in the interest of this session. It gives me tremendous contentment to be presenting the welcome speech amongst the esteemed personalities. By saying this, I would like to welcome Mr. Harish Sir, working as Managing Director, Sunscape Gardening in Dubai, UAE. Sunscape Gardening Company is the registered company and is working as a B2B partner with the major landscaping companies in UAE, where import or purchase of landscape inputs from manufacturers and reselling them to the major and minor landscape companies is done. Sir has also worked as project manager at Planters Horticulture LLC between July 2014 to August 2015. Being in the responsible position of the company, Sir was involved in framing strategies in accordance with the market dynamics, competitor study, and was involved in conducting trainings to the junior levels, teaching them the importance of happy customers for the growth of the company. Phostrogens. These are the slow-releasing chemical fertilizers manufactured from Bayers, UK, and Sir was responsible for developing and expanding the market share and internal activities like scheduling the delivery of these fertilizers to the different retail store of UAE. And then Sir has worked as horticulturist at RSP Design Consultants from March 2012 to May 2014. Under this, he has worked for preparation of MOEF, that is Ministry of Environment and Forest Drawings, and attending MOEF meetings to get the clearance from Forest Department, and then in the preparation of Pollution Control Board drawings and attending PCB meetings and getting clearance from PCB. Preparation of softscape specifications of soil mixture suitable for planting in natural earth or on podium or slab, and governing the quality of the materials like sand, red soil, manure, tools, etc., and coordinating with the quality in charge to approve or reject the materials supplied by the vendors or suppliers. And then Sir has worked at Shobha Developers Limited as a landscape executive from July 2010 to February 2012, where Sir was involved in preparing schedule of the landscape activities like plumbing, electricity line, painting, waterproofing, etc., which were necessary to be completed before starting the landscape activities. And in this, he was also involved in calculating approximate budget for the landscaping activities and contacting with the vendors or suppliers and negotiating the price and delivery mode. So this is some brief information about Mr. Harish Sir. So by saying this, I would like to welcome Mr. Harish Sir and all the participants, dignitaries to this session. A warm welcome to all of you. I ensure the seminar will be profitable and fruitful for everyone present here. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Suhana. Now I request Harish Etcher. Platform is over to you.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening, everybody. How are you all?
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, it's so surprised to see one of my favorite mentor, Dr. Hemla Naik sir, you know, who used to take the landscape and floriculture classes when I was a graduate. So I thank you from my heart to sir for joining this presentation program.
Okay,
And
thank you.
dear dignitaries and my friends, Sridhar, I want to share my presentation. Okay, can you able to see my presentation?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, fine, very good, excellent. So, because I love to share my story, so that someone get inspired by it. Okay, so actually, I don't know whether I'm intact with the topic uh, which is uh, which is going on in this presentation. But to be frank, I'm an entrepreneur. I would like to I would like to share my story or how I become an entrepreneur and what are the different avenues which are present in the market, especially with respect to the Dubai or UAE or the entire GCC is concerned. So about me, I'm Harish from Coorg, Kodagu. I'm a hortipreneur, I would say, because I'm a horticulturist before. So I started my career as a horticulture. I studied horticulturist. Now I'm practicing horticulture. So as I told you, I'm a graduate from BSc Horticulture from Moodgere campus. And after that, as soon as we finished our BSc Horticulture, there was an ample amount of job openings were there, especially from the public sector, where I got selected as Assistant Director of Horticulture as well as Assistant Horticulture Officer. But somehow I was interested because I had something, some intuition that I want to become an entrepreneur in some other day. So when I thought about it, I felt like, okay, let me follow my passion. So that's how I was preparing for MBA right from third year. So I felt, okay, let me try with this MBA. So later we will see. So after that, I was preparing for the MBA, as I told you, and I got very good ranking out of 30,000 people in Karnataka. I got 76th rank, and I got the placement in one of my dream institute. That's a top 10 MBA colleges in India. So I did my MBA. While doing the MBA, there was a pain, like why should I leave, which I studied from last 4 years. So then I felt like, okay, I should not, leave my field. Let me follow my field, as well as let me apply my marketing and finance or MBA skills in my field. So then I decided, okay, which field to go. In horticulture, we had a lot of different branches. So then I chosen this landscaping and garden design stuff. So I come across a course called Postgraduate Diploma in Ornamental Landscape from Annamalai University. So along with my MBA, I studied this course as well, though it is a distant education program. I was there, with 15 days practical. So I had been to the Annamalai University. After that, I finished that course as well. Why I'm telling all this thing is, if you have a passion, if you have a proper decision, like you want to go somewhere, you have to prepare while going, so that you can be more confident and you can reach your destination easily. That's the reason I did I did this course, post-graduate diploma in ornamental landscape gardening. So I would suggest all the aspirants who want to start their career in landscaping and gardening, please do some extra courses like this. That will definitely add an advantage for you in the future. So I can be contacted with the below, the mentioned phone number, as well as the email ID which I wrote. And my hobbies are farming and gardening. And my skill, I have got a better skill probably in vertical walls and green walls, where I was a part of Asia's biggest green wall, which is located in Mumbai, in Anil Ambani's residence, the Antilia. I was the horticulturist in charge of this one for 3 or 4 months. So totally, I have got more than 11 years landscape experience in design, construction, maintenance, and both as an employer and employee. So my academic journey started like this. Till 2003, I finished my schooling in colleges. Like, I was a JNV student, Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya student. So right from 5th standard till this 12th standard, I was a student of JNVGK, Kodagu district. So after that, I don't have any specific reason why I joined BSc Horticulture. But it so happened like, some of my family friends, they advised to take some agriculture related course so that we will get a better opportunity in government especially. And since we were from farming background, I felt okay, it's easy, and as well as inexpensive that time. So though I got good ranking at engineering, I chose BSc Horticulture. So after that, as I told you, I did my MBA Marketing and Finance. And while in the final year of MBA and Marketing, I got one more opportunity from National Fertilizers Limited for the post of Marketing Manager. I passed on the entrance exam, and I finished the interview also. Fortunately, I got the first rank among the all over India, but unfortunately, I didn't get my Bangalore University. They are always late in the announcing the result. I couldn't able to submit my marks sheet in the specified time, so that's the reason I couldn't able to get through for the post of Marketing Manager. But everything happens for a reason. So I always think in a positive manner. So that I think if I would have gone for Marketing Manager, so there won't be any Sunscape Gardening, or I won't be any. I wouldn't be speaking today. So after that, along with my MBA, I did my PD Geology Annamalai University. So after that, as soon as I finished my MBA, as I told you that I wanted to, I decided to start my career in landscaping. So I joined Shobha Developers in Bangalore as a landscaping executive. I worked for 1 year. So after that, I joined Raheja Universal. I worked as a horticulturist for 1 year. So I got to, I had learned something. I suggest all my juniors the same thing, that whenever, when you start your career, whenever you learn sufficient amount when you get a knowledge from particular company, initial stage of your career should be hopping. I mean, you need to change your company so that you are, when you can grow faster. So that's the reason when I was in Shobha Developers, I was working as a landscape executive. I was looking after the maintenance and construction thing. So I felt like, okay, I learned enough. Then let me change my thing. Let me take the more responsibility. So I joined Raheja Universal as a horticulturist. There I was responsible for, developing a new landscape. But unfortunately, due to some reasons in our head office, that project didn't started. So almost like 1 year, I was just sitting idle. Then I felt like, okay, this is not the time to sit idle. So then I went to RSP Design Consultant. That's what the time I got to know that they were waiting for me to contact them from past 2 years. It was so surprising. And I asked why. So actually, in that time, 2012 and 13, there was a real scarcity of horticulture graduate, because everybody who was working in private sectors, maybe it's in the bank or design firm or fertilizer companies, everybody went to the government as a horticulture officer or ADH. So I was invited with the red carpet in RSP Design Consultant, though I didn't had any design knowledge. So my boss, he taught me a good lessons. Basically, it's a Singapore-based company. So I learned a lot. Right from my AutoCAD skills, I learned so many things with respect to the design is concerned. So during the 2 year, I think you name any builders, 2012, 13, any builders in Bangalore, I think I have somehow the other way, directly, indirectly, I have worked with them. So maybe it is Skylark or Raheja or Mantri, whatnot. Almost all the developers. Even I got the opportunity to work with now Bangalore Airport, International Airport, BIAL that time. So that time there was expansion of Terminal 1. So I was the local consultant, I mean local horticulturist for the one US based company called All-In. So I got the privilege to work in that. I was the local consultant where I used to select the plants which are suitable for airport kind of environment. I used to make sure that whatsoever design what we have given to the client, that has been implemented. So and along with that, I used to take care of some of the projects in Mumbai and Pune. So it so happened like in the year 2014, I was in Mumbai, and my friend, a good friend of mine, Mr. Akshay, he called me and he told, hey, there's an opportunity in Dubai. There's some interest going on. Would you be interested? So I said, okay, why not? And it was near to the airport. So I went to the interview place. It was a Lee Meridin Hotel, and there was an interview was going on. I was the first member to call for the interview, and it was a nice interview. And looking after me, and I don't know what they like it. And out of they had in the mind that they wanted to shortlist 2 people, so they shortlisted me, and they gave me 15 minutes time, and they told, do I have any questions? I told, I don't have any questions. So after 15 minutes, they said, you are selected. So when you can come to Dubai and have a look. So I told, okay, whenever you invite us. So their idea was just to bring me to, you come to Dubai and have a look of our operations. Then you decide you want to join or not. So I told, okay, I'm ready for it. So instead of hiring 2 people, they had only me. And they told, okay, you come with a specified date. I went there. It was a wonderful experience. For 3 days I went. And yes, it was a very good experience. And I said, yes. So that was, so happiest days I had. So in 2014, I worked for Planters as a project manager. I was looking after all green wall installation. We had a patented product from Holland, so where we used to get all the materials, and we used to install big green walls. So after 2014, looking at the market situation and opportunity prevailing in Dubai, I felt like, okay, why not? Why can't I start my own? Because that was the ultimate goal I had in my career. So I felt like that was the right time. So I left Planters and I started my company called Sunscape Gardening. So basically, initial days, it was a really tough time. So it's up to almost 6 months. Almost it went like registration process, and support for to support 6 months. It was a very difficult time I had, and I started everything just like a zero investment. But still, Dubai supported me by providing the better opportunity and whatsoever. Fine. Okay. So I started Sunscape Gardening. So here is a small slide about Sunscape Gardening. So we are into designing. We do design, we execute it, and we maintain it. So this is about our company. So it's a blend of young professional with experienced pioneers, and we are creative in nature, and that's how we work. And our vision is to turn any customer's landscape area into recreational, functional living space through inspirational design and professional construction work. So we are going to achieve our vision by innovative and rewarding outdoor and indoor environment where people are encouraged and relaxed while interacting with the nature and built environment. So as I told you, we do design, execution, and trading, and now recently into kitchen garden and herb gardening. So apart from that, we do irrigation auditing, irrigation installation. So these are our main clients. So we have India Club located in Dubai, and Indian Consulate, Desert Group, Atlantis, which is the one of the 7-star hotel, Burj Al Arab, Emrail, and so many other. We right now we have got around 40 maintenance projects and a couple of construction projects also. So we can see the green wall installation, and we are working in big pond with different innovative technique, where the pond water and the fishes, it should not be sucked in the pump. We provide the uh, instant solution for the our client. So next, as I told you, we are into landscape design, construction, landscape maintenance, and landscape trading. We are having our own nursery in Dubai, where we sell the plants, and we have got an online presence with the name Souk Garden. Souk means in Arabic, it's meaning market. So market garden or garden market. So these are our works. This one is Van Cleef. Van Cleef, they are very expensive brand. They sell diamonds and gold. So this is located near to the Burj Khalifa, and these are some of the villa and restaurants. So these are our works. This is one of the green wall which we installed in Dubai port. Okay, so these are our work. Okay, so coming to the topic which is related to you, whatever I have told, that's about me and my company. So this is where I'm going to start prevailing trends and opportunities in landscape sector in Dubai. Or if you consider, if you get to know about Dubai, it is almost all applicable for GCC countries or entire UAE. So first of all, we need to understand, why I encourage people to start their career in Dubai. Why Dubai? Why not other part of the world? So in order to understand this, first of all, let us do a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is, let us study the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. So why Dubai is the main reason is, okay. Well, let me tell you one thing before we. When I was in Bangalore, I used to take more than 6 hours to travel to my native, and my brother, who used to work in Delhi, he used to come by flight. He used to take almost 3.5 hours to reach Bangalore. So it really doesn't matter if you are in India or if you are in Dubai, because if you are in Dubai, this is as same as you are working in Delhi or some other part of the India. It is just a 4 hours flight from Dubai to in any part of the India. It's 4 to 5 hours maximum. So it is very near to our home or our India. So whenever you feel like you coming, you can come and visit, and you can come back. There are people out there who will come in the weekend, they spend 2 days, and they will go back again. So the frequency of the flights also very more and more frequency is there, and it is very less expensive. And when it comes to UAE and Indian bilateral relationship is very, very strong. And as per, for your information, I would like to tell you one thing, that before 1971, where Indian rupees, the currency used to operate, it used to be operational there in UAE. We are very close to Dubai, where the Dubai Arabs used to come to India very frequently for different purpose like trading, and and in turn they used to take the water and some food grains from India. So it's very near, and we have got a very strong bilateral relationship with the UAE government, and UAE laws are recognized across the globe. Before, there was a day where people are very concerned about the labor laws. Now it's not like that. UAE has got a better labor laws now, and they're recognized across the globe. And whatsoever the facilities or every facility that need to be imparted to any professional or labor, that will be make sure it is imparted. So, and the next thing is UAE welcomes globe with open arms. If you come to UAE, as a tourist, you will get to know. You can find more than 196 countries people in UAE. You know, that is the, it's like a cosmopolitan city. You can find all, all type of people all across the globe. Everybody you can see, and UAE is a tourism-based economy. Since it's a tourism-based economy, people are very welcoming. I mean, the locals, as compared to other part of the, the Middle East or GCC, these are very friendly people and they are welcoming always. And real estate is the blood of the economy. This has got one important implication, because our landscape industry is directly related to our real estate. As the real estate booms, our landscape industry also booms, because we are the supportive industry for the real estate. And English and Hindi is extensively spoken. You don't believe? If you go to any police station, any hospital, any government office, you can see people speaking in Hindi. Even the localite, the Arabs who are the resident, the citizens of that UAE, few of them, they speak Hindi also. So more than 35% of the populations are Indians. So don't worry, okay? We Indians have got more than 35% of the population, and you don't feel like you are out of India. You feel like you are in home, okay? Only thing is you have to learn Hindi or English. These are the prerequisite before you go to UAE. So currency conversion and saving. Currency conversion, if you earn 1 dirhams, you will get 20 rupees. So that's the best part of UAE. Though it's not like a dollar, like 70 or 75 rupees. We have got a better earning and saving here, and comparatively less cost living for a bachelor life. So yesterday someone was telling that, I think it was Sam, he was telling that Amsterdam or Netherlands, they have got almost like 1,000 euros per month cost of living. So if you compare that one, 1,000 euros means 4,000 dirhams. So it's too costly there. And here in bachelor life, you can lead your life for almost like 1,000 dirhams, with sufficiently with all requisite. So coming to the weakness, okay, of UAE or Dubai, some of the laws are conservative and outdated laws. Where in relation to this one, I mean landscaping. So we have some, let me give an example just to justify this point. We will get some problem whenever you have a problem in India, like bacteria or some soil-borne disease. We have some streptocycline or something like that, bactericides. But those laws are so outdated that you are not allowed to use such chemicals. So if any bacteria, the plant have to die. That's what the crazy laws are there. And if you are bringing with your family, it's a bit expensive, because the housing is a little bit expensive, not as compared to any European countries. But if you see the earning and housing, if you take the ratio, it's a bit expensive. And these UAE laws and practices are mostly depend on the Western, though they are not applicable in UAE. Still, they are dependent on Western. So, and very less research on landscape practices and technique. We feel very, very difficult in getting some answer to the question we come across in the field. So, like how much the example, how much the dolomite or gypsum should be used if the pH is so much. So, like this, there are very, very less research in landscaping practice also, and especially for soil conservation and soil reclamation. And the extreme temperature. Maybe today's temperature is more than 55 today. Now right now I'm in Kur in my home. It is extremely, very pleasant weather. It's raining and drizzling. I'm enjoying weather. But A few of my supervisor used to tell me like it's 55, which is unbelievable. Okay, so people whoever want to go there, it doesn't mean that we cannot live there. We can live there. There will be a special rules and regulation and infrastructure facilities available in order to safeguard ourselves from extreme temperature, just like or the one which I introduced, that this is a midday, summer midday. So there between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, nobody should be seen outside as a working. So all the laborers are protected from sun, from this extreme temperature. That's a law. If anyone violates the law, there will be a 60,000 dirham fine for the particular company. So 60,000, that's a huge. So almost like a 12 lakhs. So if someone violates this law. So these are the, this can be overcome by, yes, government have also a certain mechanism to overcome. And the next one would be, need to know a little bit of irrigation practices to tell. Dear friends and juniors, please work on these irrigation practices, because here we are the BSc horticulture graduate, but if you go outside, especially in Dubai, we are not like a BSc horticulture graduate. We will be called as engineering graduate, because there they call us as an engineering. They think that we know everything about the irrigation. It's a matter of some 1 day or 2 days. We should get to know about irrigation practices, like the different irrigation system available prevailing in the market, like that. So weakness is real estate and tourism are the core industry for the economy. Yes, I mentioned this one in strength also, but I'm mentioning in weakness also, because this tourism, due to corona pandemic, almost all 70% of the tourism related companies got collapsed. I mean, they closed, because in this situation, the related industries, it may be real estate. If tourists are not coming, they cannot able to see the Dubai, and if they cannot able to see Dubai, and of course all the customers will have a less budget for that, and if they have the less budget for landscaping, and we will not be having much job for that. So it's also weakness, since though they have got multiple diversified economy these days, but still they are entirely dependent on tourism. And here one more problem we have got is not an English common law jurisdiction. If you want to file any complaint, you cannot file the complaint in English. It should be in Arabic. So major landscape related decision maker are from Arabic speaking personnel. So this is one of the weakness, and if you're really interested, probably you can learn Arabic and you can excel them. So then next to the opportunities, here Dubai is placed in such a geographical area that it connects East, West and Africa. So it is, every flights, which Asian flight, which it want to go to any European countries, it will come to Dubai, make a stopover, and from there it will fly back again. So this is such a prominent space that everybody are invited. I'm extremely sorry for the interruption. Okay, can you able to see my presentation?
It's okay.
Okay, so now I was talking about the opportunities. This country is purely depend on import. Everything, right from a staple thing till the aircraft, everything is imported. So it's a great opportunity for the market like India, where we have got UAE will import 1 billion worth of plants from across the globe. So it's a great opportunity for Indians, because right now we have a larger portion of plants are coming from Holland and Thailand and China and some part of Malaysia also. India is very negligible. So really it's a great opportunity for Indians to explore this opportunity. So, and also Indians manpower are well known for honesty and hard work and trustworthy individuals. I should say more than 70% of companies in UAE, I'm not specific about any landscape industry, other. 70% of companies are belongings to Indians. So even as I told you, more than 35% are of populations are from Indians. Indians have got a very good reputation for their honesty and hard work, and they're trustworthy. So this is really a good opportunity. Out of the 10 candidates, one definitely 3 or 4 will get selected. So this is a and okay, this the Dubai, it act like serve existing market in Europe and Asia and Europe. It will serve existing market as well as it will create a new access to the market in Middle East and Africa, subcontinent of Africa. Drive to boost the tourism industry. There is a major expansion projects are going on, like hotels, airport, and infrastructure project. So many things. And country-specific opportunities, like for Indians, there are huge amount of country, opportunities available because we are the people who can do the things very accurately in a very less price. I mean, our labors are cheap. Let's give an example. If any white guy engineer, any agriculture or horticulture engineer, if any company want to hire him, definitely company should give like minimum 15,000 dirhams. But our graduates are available for 5,000 dirhams also. 5,000 means almost 1 lakh. So which is a good amount for us and as well as for the company also. So this is called country-specific opportunity. So in landscape industry, when it comes to landscape industry, as I told you, major decision makers. So I'm talking about landscape industry, major decision makers are from Indians. So this is a real advantage for any Indians to make utilize of this kind of opportunity. Because if you go to the any interview, definitely in Indian, they prefer Indians. Okay. So threat, I don't find any major threats as such. So Emirates means we have got some Emirates. Okay, fine. So there is a US and Iran tension. That is not related to anything to do with us. It's a common problem which is prevailing in all across the globe. So these are the threats for any for UAE is concerned. So now I will just pass on the I will just move this presentation a bit faster because we're lagging time. So guys, please understand very carefully. It's purely related to you. Okay, see, the intent of this presentation is this one. Okay, please follow this presentation very carefully. So where we horticulturists being suitable? So we are suitable in landscape companies and in construction companies. And here, after this pandemic, the UAE government has humongously providing a lot of opportunities in protected farming just to make self-sufficient when it comes to food industry. So there are a lot of opportunity in protected farming, polyhouse, greenhouse. It's coming like a huge hectares together, 10 acres, 15 acres, 20 acres. There are 100 acres also some places. So UAE government is providing a lot of opportunity, especially for these Arab people, I mean for local citizens, to establish, to make themselves as a self-sufficient. This is an opportunity for you guys to explore this opportunity. You can be an agronomist, you can be an horticulturist, you can be a protected farming specialist. Okay, this is one arena, and if you want to continue in consultant and designing firm, yes, of course. As I told you, Dubai has got a very good location-wise. It is geopolitically connected all across the globe. All GCC countries or all the Middle East, where they have got a problem these days, war and so many things. So those consultant and design companies, they will establish their company in Dubai, which is a safer place, and from there they operate, entire Middle East and Africa and Asia also. So after that, there is a trading and university is trading. Yes, trading As I told you, from Dubai, all over the Middle East and Africa, they're operating. That is the reason there is a plenty of trading opportunities also there. Like they will import the product from China or Thailand or India, and they will send to some other GCC countries like Oman by road, Saudi Arabia by road, like that. Because here UAE has got a very one of the biggest port in the entire Middle East, which is called Jebel Ali Port, which has got the shipping lines, which is connecting almost from China almost every day. Every day the ships are coming from India, maybe from Mumbai port, every alternate day it's coming. So that's the reason we have got a opportunity in trading and university. University is not much, but only two universities are there, Sharjah and Ras Al Khaimah. So there is a very less scope for teaching is concerned, very less. Okay. So now I told about the where we are suitable. Now let's see how the job hunting process should start. Guys, I'm telling you, be serious. Okay, if you want to go out, please have your passport ready, because I myself provided some job opportunities to some of our juniors. Okay, all the process went through. I conducted the interview, everything was fine. But at last, when I asked for, okay, send me your passport, I want to send your visa, they told, sir, no, I have not applied it. So this is really, really wrong. If you really want to start your career, please apply for your passport. That is the prerequisite and number one step you should follow. Okay. Next, be in touch with your senior and friends. Okay. Just go to alumni of your college. Just see who and all working outside. Maybe it may Dubai or GCC or any Oman or Saudi Arabia, wherever. Just have a link and keep on passing your CV and give some a little bit trouble. Okay. Because as per me, it's your right, because that's your senior. So make a solid CV. Maybe you spend some 500 or 600 rupees. Okay, prepare a CV and upload to the job portals. Then you're ready to fly. So now you may ask where to post. So there are so many job portals are available: Indeed.com, GulfNaukri.com, or social media pages, or you can directly go to the company website and you can upload your CV. And even manpower consultancy agencies are there, and you may be having a family, friends, and seniors. Okay. So the last point is visit Dubai. This is very, very important, because what these Pakistani engineers or any graduates will do is they will come to Dubai for 1 month or 3 month visit visa or tourist visa. They will directly go to the company and they will check whether they have got the opportunities or not. And this is very, very effective. If you are there in Dubai, definitely you will get to know what is happening, and wherever the present opening, and even the companies also, they prefer the candidates who are readily available. Okay, so please make sure that you visit Dubai. That's the best option. If you want to work in Dubai, if you want to explore international market, if you want to learn something something better in landscaping, yes, Dubai is the place. You visit there and you try your luck. Okay, and it doesn't cost you much also, I promise you. So key things you need to be clear during your interview. Okay, this is very important. Let's say you got you found the opportunity and you visited Dubai, you got the call from the company that you are attending interview. So before attending the interview, you please understand, you please cross-check the company, because there are lots of fraud companies are available here. So please check their genuinity, whether their real company is there. You just call them, check their website, see their Google rating, and after that you see your job description. What's your roles and responsibilities? That is very important. So there are cases there, engineer will be working as a driver, a supervisor. So be clear in job responsibilities. And salary packages. Salary, when it comes to inclusive or exclusive, accommodation cost is very costly there. So make sure that company is giving accommodation and transport, insurance, visa, expenses, everything should be covered in a company. So apart from that, you just check all your package, whether it is inclusive or exclusive of all these mentioned. Okay. So after, okay, let's say you got an opportunity and you got selected as an agriculture engineer. So next what you have to do is you need to attest your certificates. If any, for any landscape company in Dubai, if they want to practice landscaping or landscape maintenance or construction, it is a mandatory to have one agriculture engineer or horticulturist or agriculturist. So in order to get that this one that agriculture the confirmation, you need to get your certificate, get attestation. So there will be a, you should go to the state government from I don't remember which office. Usually this will be done from some agents. Okay, so the state government, you need to apply. From there, those will send your original certificate to university, and university they will check and make sure that that's a original, and after that they will send that certificate to UAE embassy in India. From there they will confirm to the UAE government that yes, this certificate is genuine. So once you get all this thing, once you're hired in a company, okay, all the travel expenses and visa costs need to be borne by the company which you whom you are going to. So get familiar with the basic terms. Okay, make sure you have a contact detail. Basic terms like this immigration, visa, and these are the basic terms when you're traveling to abroad. These are the basic terms we should get to know, or else you will get confused in the airport and it will be troublesome. So make sure that you have a contact details of the person who will pick at the airport. So once you go to the airport, yes, then it's a safer, and welcome to UAE. So thank you. I just wanted to know if you have any queries. I think we are lagging time. So let me know if you have any queries, please.
Yeah, thank you, Harish. It's an excellent presentation. So actually, our students, they come with a question that, so once we complete the horticulture degree, so do we have any opportunities in the government sector? Always. But for them, I think this presentation is going to be very much helpful, like an eye-opener, because they can find and they can see that, so this is how we can find our opportunities. Thank you, Harish, once again. And
Yes, yes.
now I request participants, if you have any questions.
Dr. Harish, thank you for the good presentation. And you said you are from Kodagu.
Yes, sir.
You are from which part of Kodagu actually?
I am from Hebbale, near to Kushalnagar.
Near Kushala, yeah. Because I have been here for the last 16 years in the College of Forestry. So I'm very happy that you have achieved so much. Instead of going government job, and you are doing wonderful work. It's kind of inspiration for the youngsters. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have been following you, in Facebook, sir. You are also doing an excellent work in field of orchids.
Yeah,
so probably I will meet you soon, because I have a couple of ideas, especially in Coorg, to have my own farm, and because that's the export oriented farm. Maybe down the line in 5 years, I know there is a huge investment requirement is there. So I will definitely contact you, sir.
Yes, sir. You are most welcome. Thank you.
So Harish, it's an excellent presentation.
Thank you very much, sir. From the God grace and your wishes made me to present like this. I always remembering you. Me and my Mr. Akshay Ram will be talking about you all the time. And congratulations for your new position, and definitely you are inspiration for us, because whenever you are doing polyhouses, greenhouses in our College of Horticulture campuses, we really felt like jealous. When we were there was nothing was there. Anyhow, you are doing a really good job, sir. It's really an inspiration for us.
Thank you. So I'm very much impressed about the way you have grown in your career. When we were discussing at Mudigere,
yes, sir.
You reached at the really highest level, beyond my expectations. Very excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, you have given very, very nice information, and you have opened up the eyes to the young guys. So
yes, sir.
they can really roam the globe. And
Yes, sir. Definitely, definitely.
thank you. All the best. Good.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, I request Suhana for vote
Sridhar,
of
I
thanks.
want to make one more announcement before
Yeah, please.
before Suhana come and conclude this. I want to tell horticulture graduates that we have one position for the post of horticulturist. If anybody is interested, probably they can send their CV because it's in my organization. I'm looking for an horticulturist, maybe fresher, no problem. I will train them. Okay. So please, anybody interested, they can send their CV to me.
Yeah, I hope that it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for our students and for participants as well. So you can try your luck, and anyhow, we are going to provide the link of Harish, so you can send your CVs through that link. Okay, now it's time for vote of thanks. I request Suhana to give a vote of thanks to Harish.
Yes, sir. A very warm evening, everyone. I feel immense pleasure and privileged to offer the vote of thanks on behalf of our college to all those who have sincerely committed to this event to make it a successful one.
Thank you very much, Suhana.
Thank you.
You are
Thank you
welcome.
very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Harish.
Taking out this precious time and providing us with great information. A heartfelt thanks to you, sir. Then I would like to thank all the dignitaries, BC, University of Agricultural and Horticultural Sciences, Shivamogga, and our Dean, Sir, College of Horticulture, Hiriyuru, professors and lecturers for taking out your time for the sake of students and supporting this session. Then I would like to thank all the participants for making this session a successful one. Thank you, one and all. Thank you so much.